understanding information off of the seed packet that is provided by the manufacturers, there's some key things to look for, and I will explain what's important because every vendor is a little bit different and so are the plant needs. Let's start off with the main chain stores seeds packets that everybody knows. That way you know what to look for. It tells me I have a hardiness zone of when I could plant this tomato because they have to consider that is not tolerant of frost. So it tells me I can plant around this time since I'm in Michigan. It gives me days to germinate. It gives me days to harvest. And spacing. All seed manufacturers give you that information. What you do with it is important. So it tells me from my last frost date, I have to backtrack 6 weeks to germinate. It takes 7 to 10 days from when I sow the seed to grow into a sprout. And the rest of the time is to give the time for the plant to mature enough to be an established enough plant to go outdoors. Once it's outdoors and planted, 80 days is considered for when I would harvest. I need to make sure that I plant spacing of 2 feet in between so I don't choke them out. So when we go over here, it gives me information as in germination temperature and when I can actually direct sow this if I wanted to. So I know that I have to be in this range in order to get the germination to be more successful. It takes 7 to 14 days for this pak choi, which is a cabbage. It takes 60 days from the maturities, also known as harvest dates, and it gives me the spacing. Now I come over here, it gives me a total different temperature range for my germination. I would do that through a heat mat because I don't have that temperature indoors up to like that. So I start off knowing that it takes 6 to 8 weeks. It is not tolerant of a frost. And then it takes 5 to 10 days to germinate. Then I would have an established plant and figure out I have 80 days to get a harvest from that, what my plant spacing is. So key things, once more, germination date, days to harvest, spacing, what's the cold hardiness of the individual plant, and it will give you that information. Could be in spacing like this, it's easy to see, or look into the wording.